Today I'm taking you into the magical world of seamless combo devices, a SKAARHOJ specialty. And this is a Cartoni Lifto 25 pedestal. It can be remote controlled. On top of it sits a Panasonic UE150 PTZ camera, which can also be remotely controlled. And when SKAARHOJ is in charge, they work as one, like a single unified device. You don't need two separate control panels, just one, like the SKAARHOJ PTZ Extreme. And it all works together seamlessly, even presets. Let's take a look at all these good things. The PTZ Extreme is currently set up with a single camera, and that is the UE150. But what we know is that it is also connected to the pedestal, so that as I am operating the joystick, you will see the PTZ camera is panning. We can also tilt. We can zoom with it. We'll see that in a moment. But we can also use the zoom rocker to move the pedestal. So if I press down on the zoom rocker, we'll see the pedestal is now lifting the camera up. So that's like the fourth axis of the camera that we have just added to it. I promised you to show that we can actually include presets, and I think that's essential to make it a true combo device. A preset is a recorded position of the pan, tilt, and zoom movement in a PTZ camera normally, and when we add the pedestal, we want to also record the position of the pedestal. If I recall preset number 1 by pushing that button, you'll see the camera moves into a position and the pedestal is also moving into a position. Let's look at the picture coming out of the camera. We see it here in the web UI of the AW150. So that's the current image we are seeing. If I press preset number 2, you see it has been recorded that it should be zoomed in, slightly changed the framing, and the pedestal is lifted. And now we can try to make a third preset. Okay, are you in for this? So we'll just pan over here to the SKAARHOJ Mega panel. Maybe we'll zoom in slightly. And actually, I think I want to just lower the pedestal slightly, like that. I'll tilt up a little bit, zoom in some more. And we have a nice shot here of the SKAARHOJ Mega panel. There we go. So to record this preset across a camera and a pedestal, pressing and holding this button is now recorded. Let's test it out. So if I press preset 2, it's going to record the previous one, preset number 3, and it's recording the preset I just made. So you see, seamless means that from an operator perspective, we don't need to care about that we actually have two different, completely separate pieces of hardware, the camera and the pedestal. We don't need to know about that as an operator because it's just been mapped down onto the controls, and when we select that particular camera, then everything is ready for operation. Zoom rocker and the joystick is handling those two axes. So normally on a PTZ Extreme, we usually map zoom on the joystick, and we also have zoom mapped to the zoom rocker over here. That's what we typically do. You can disable it if you don't want it that way. But in this case, we have simply changed the mapping over here. It's actually inside a menu. So if you look at the PTZ Extreme and you go into this menu, we have two additional menus called Ped 1 and Ped 2. So that's for the pedestal. And if we go into Ped 1, you see that the tilt, pan, rotate, and zoom rocker axes are assigned to different things. Tilt to camera tilt, pan to pan, camera pan, and then rotate to camera zoom. But the zoom rocker is associated with the pedestal. So if I change this over to cam zoom, actually what will happen is that the camera will be zooming as I'm using the zoom rocker. You can't really see it on the camera here. You can see it on the picture here on my screen, okay? So we zoom in, we zoom out using the zoom rocker. That's fine. Now let's try to use rotation here for the pedestal instead. And then you'll see the pedestal is going to move as I am turning the handle of the joystick. So you have flexibility inside the control panel to do to redo these mappings to a different way. Oh wait, let me see. Cam pan, and then we need cam zoom, and back to pedestal right there. So inside the web UI of the PTZ Extreme, we can also do things. And one thing I wanted to do was just to quickly add another camera from our network. And I think we have a BirdDog X5 camera sitting here. So let's just quickly add that so we can see what would it look like if we had two cameras. And the camera is now connected. I will quickly add it to my camera selector on the panel as well. So now if I wanted to control a BirdDog camera, which is somewhere in our facility here, I am now actually in touch with that. Notice how the menus changed. So if you look at the menu items up here and the number of pages, we have only 5 pages for the bird dog camera. Those are different from the pages of the menu that we see when the Panasonic camera is selected. And in this case, it's even a combined menu with settings for the pedestal and also the camera, like exposure, we have image settings, we have standard PTZ control settings, etc. that is valid for the PTZ camera from Panasonic. Inside of Reactor, we have this camera selector and it says combo device here. So if we open this one up, you can see there are certain things that you need to set up to make sure that Reactor, the software running inside the PTZ Extreme, knows that it's actually dealing with 2 different devices here. You see from the setup on the side that apart from the bird dog camera I just added, we have the Cartoni Lifto 25. It has this IP address. It has also an ID number. Then we have the Panasonic AWUE150. It's on this IP address. It has a different device ID number. And if you look at the entry inside the settings table for the camera selector, the AWUE150 camera, by the way, I could change the name to combo here. If I do, then you see that changes in the display on the PTZ Extreme. Device ID 2 is a reference to the camera being the main device. But the combo device ID 1 is a reference to the device ID associated with the combo element in this setup, the Cartoni Lifto 25. And the camera configuration we choose over here is one that basically understands that these 2 devices have to work together so that we are extending a menu with additional 2 items. And that's what you see from this part of the configuration. The configuration for this one needs to include the Cartoni Lifto parameters. And if you look into this list, you'll be able to find many other such combinations, some with and without combo devices. So you always choose the one that is integrating the hardware that you want. But it is so unique that in a single camera selection here, you basically have all the components potentially talking to different things. And we have covered that in many videos, also with non-PTZ cameras where you put a different lens on. It's such an essential and baked-in part of the SKAARHOJ ecosystem that we can do that. And it really helps you to make integrated, user-friendly solutions where users do not have to juggle multiple control panels just because you decided to put together devices by multiple pieces of hardware. So, in conclusion, you can use any combination of supported cameras on the Lifto, and with combo devices, you can control it all from a single SKAARHOJ controller, presets and everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. There are many more like it already online with plenty more coming soon. So hit like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and X. You can subscribe to our newsletter and you can connect directly with our sales and support team if you want. All the relevant links to that is in the description below.